So DRO, it's tastes of porridge. It's also 3 words like previous presentation with off in between, but other words are different. Absolutely irrelevant, but still. So, everything tastes of porridge, and it's a saying in English, and there is a deep philosophical meaning in it, but I'll start from very personal stories from my childhood, and probably some of you could recognize yourself in the same position. So it's personal, but I think it's very typical. When I was very small, I was seated behind the table and I was eating the porridge. And I remember that I didn't like it. So my mother had to feed me with this porridge. And of course now I realize that I had to eat it, and everyone has to eat it. But our parents have to be innovative enough to stuff it in us day by day, month by month, a few years in a row. And I remember a few tricks from my mom so that I actually ate porridge, and I wasn't forced too much to do it. I was doing it voluntarily. So she used some ingredients. She added nuts and grapes, for example, and I ate it with ease. I remember that I didn't like the porridge itself, but I liked this stuff, and I had a condition that I couldn't end my morning eating the plate without eating the porridge itself, so I couldn't eat just the ingredients. And there is another story about 15 or 16 years after these most interesting events, when I was also seated behind the table, this time in the green uniform, and we were eating the porridge also day in and day out, a few years in a row, as you can imagine. And there is a different angle on this, although it could be different kinds of porridge like buckwheat or chaff. But this time I actually liked the porridge. I wanted to eat it, but this time I couldn't. So you actually can't eat one serving of porridge, of plain porridge, if it's big enough, even if you are a little bit starving. And I think that our motherland had all sorted out, and some pieces of meat were added in this porridge, and we ate it. And many more, not many, but some years after, and now I eat porridge every single day in the morning, and I add other ingredients like dried fruits, candied fruits, also nuts, and some other things. And this time I have choice, I combine things. So sometimes I add grapes, sometimes dried pineapple, and sometimes I don't know, nuts. And now I like both the porridge and the ingredients, but I still recognize that it would be impossible to eat the porridge itself every single day, day in and day out. As probably now you are beginning to grasp, I'm not talking only about the porridge. I'm talking actually about this saying that everything tastes of porridge. So porridge is actually alive, and it has very lots of routine, a lot of routine and events that you have to do in order to survive. But actually you can add the ingredients yourself. You can add different events like this, for example, and it could be some nut or a piece of grape, and you can choose some other ingredients and add to your porridge, and that's what you actually remember. You remember these ingredients, and not the porridge itself, even if you remember its taste. So that's the moral of this story. Remember your ingredients, add them yourself to your own porridge, and it's you who choose the ingredients. That's all, thank you.